Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. This is your WWE Elimination Chamber post show. The Miz is your new WWE champion. Let's go. All right, welcome to the show. It is your WWE Elimination Chamber post-show recap show. I'm hearing myself. I think my brother is there. I don't know. What's going on? Where's everybody? There's Johnny. Where's my brother?
That's me.
There's Johnny. What's up, Johnny? You good?
I'm okay. Like, I thought the pay-per-view wasn't the greatest, but that's what happens when they have to change it up at the last minute and drop matches, and, well, only 4 matches. I don't know about you, the Elimination Chamber, it seems like it's kind of a dated concept now.
Oh, hold on a second. I lost Johnny again. What is going on? Hold on, Johnny. Dated concept? Go ahead. Trying to bring my... No, I lost you again. Hold on. We're losing the audio on Johnny again. Our production team, and I'm hearing myself in the background. I'm hearing an echo here. I need our production team to fix this stuff before we go on with the show. Elimination Chamber. A lot of echo, right? There's a lot of echo. What is all that echo? What's happening? Somebody needs to fix that in the background. We can't. What's going on? I think it's better now. Johnny, can you still hear me? No, I lost.
I can hear you.
No, see? It's coming from my brother's end. He's working on it. All right, well, we got to cut my brother off then. All right. Elimination Chamber. You can tell I'm upset because the Miz is WWE champion. Johnny, go ahead. It's a dated concept. You were saying you didn't like the Chamber tonight? I thought the matches were good. I just didn't like, the outcome there with the Miz for some reason becoming WWE champion.
Well, can you hear me? That's the first question.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm also hearing like a bunch of echo. I'm hearing noise in the background. It's all coming from my brother's end. You got to cut him off. I'm getting him off the screen. I'm sorry. All right, there. No, see, his microphone's still on, though. Cut his mic!
I can't do both at once.
Oh, there we go.
I just cut his mic myself. John, are you still with me?
Oh. Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
So, I don't know about you. I felt the Elimination Chamber. It felt like these matches were kind of just rushed. It didn't feel like a lot of these feuds were really anything important besides Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. It felt like, well, we have to do these matches, and I really didn't feel like these matches had a lot of energy to them. Like, maybe at certain points they did, but from, like, start to finish, it felt like a lot of dead moments. And I feel like this is what happens when you rush a chamber match.
I don't know. I thought the opening chamber match was pretty good. You had Daniel Bryan. You had Sami Zayn. You had Kevin Owens. I enjoyed that stuff. I thought it was a good chamber match itself. I didn't expect Daniel Bryan to win in the end. I thought we had some good moments. I thought, Kevin Owens was going to win the thing. It kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I didn't know who was going to win. Going into it, I think I predicted Kevin. Who did you predict? Kevin? Cesaro?
I think I had Kevin, and I thought Daniel Bryan if Kevin doesn't win. Because, again, that Roman Reigns-Daniel Bryan match, they've been promising us that for a while, and it made sense that we finally got it, albeit it was right afterwards. It wasn't much of a match, but still, like, the fact we got that confrontation, good chance we could see it again next pay-per-view, too. So, I think they actually did a good job of storytelling in that sense for Roman Reigns, and they set us up for Roman Reigns versus Edge. Finally, that's clear and set. We know what's going on for WrestleMania, for SmackDown. I think that, in my opinion, it did the job. It just, in terms of the match, though, I just wasn't as excited. Like, I felt a lot of dead moments. I just didn't feel like a lot of energy. Like, when Kevin came in, some good moments there. He did the moonsault off the top. That was pretty cool. Hit a bunch of stunners. But then, like, couple minutes, maybe seconds later, he's eliminated. It just felt like they had the moments, and then afterwards, it's just a lot of nothingness happened for a while. A lot of just dead selling, people on the outside not doing much. Like, I don't know about you, but that Cesaro thing with Sami Zayn, like, I don't know what the heck that was. Like, when they're on top there, and, like, Cesaro was doing, like, a chin-up. Like, that wasn't great, man. I mean, there's been some great moments in the Elimination Chamber, but I felt here they just kind of copied some from the past, but they didn't do anything innovative.
Apparently we're having mic problems. Johnny, can you hear me? Apparently
I can hear you.
Some sort of echo in my mic.
I don't know. Hear you perfectly.
You hear me fine, but apparently on the show it's coming off like... I can hear you. I think it's fixed now. Okay. I'm checking on my own screen here. Oh, my God. We're having all sorts of technical difficulties tonight, and The Miz became WWE Champion. So I think my mic is fixed now. Maybe we can bring my brother back. Can you hear me?
It is 2 cents.
I can't hear him.
No, I can't hear him either. There he is.
Hello? Say something to me. Nothing. I don't hear him.
I got nothing, too.
I see him, but I don't hear him. It's for some reason, Johnny, when it's just you and me, fine. We bring my brother into the mix, everything has gone awry in the production of this show. He's there. I don't need him there if I can't hear him. I guess at some point I'll hear him. I don't know. There's all sorts of echoing going on. I want to give a shout-out to everybody on the chat, everybody kind of bearing with us here as we work through the technical difficulties. We'll get to the chamber. Johnny didn't like the chamber. I thought the matches were good. Shout-out to Craig Paquette. Shout-out to Derek John, Douglas Hepburn, Angelo Contagonis, my man Andy out in England, Lorne Cronish, TK, a lot of guys. We're working through it. We're getting through it. I don't know what's happening. Miz is WWE champion. That's the main thing. That's really the main issue, my main problem with what happened tonight.
But you know why it happened, though?
No, I don't. I don't understand what the direction now is for Miz going forward for WrestleMania. What, he feuds with Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre? What is the story? John, explain it to me.
Well, actually, I thought he was feuding with Bad Bunny, but that's right. Besides the point. The fact is they needed something to get people talking. And the fact that we have a new WWE champion, that was the first thing you said. So obviously it worked, right?
Yeah.
Regardless that it doesn't set up WrestleMania very well and doesn't give you a great match potentially going into it, it was just to get people talking going into Monday Night Raw, and it worked. Okay.
But you're still like a month, 2 months away from WrestleMania at this point. What are you trying to set up with the Miz? What do you do now with the Miz? Does he fix into your WrestleMania plans or whatever? Like, what exactly is the story with the Miz now? And how does he fit in? What does he do? Is he champion by Mania?
I think if he's champion by Mania, I feel like we're going to have like a multi-man match for the WWE Championship. Because I feel like there's a lot of people involved now in this, right? You have The Miz, you have Drew McIntyre, you have Bobby Lashley, and you want to throw someone else in, potentially like Sheamus or something. I see potentially like a Fatal 4-Way or Four Corners elimination for WrestleMania. I think that's the route they possibly could go. But of course we still have Fastlane. So everything could change anyways, so who knows? But I feel like we're going towards a Four Corners, maybe a triple threat, but I feel Four Corners.
Who are the Four Corners? It's a lot of heels in this scenario. You got Miz, you got Bobby, you got Sheamus, I guess, and you got Drew. Drew's the only babyface here?
Yeah, maybe you don't put Sheamus in there as much. I mean, I guess Drew and Sheamus, they can have the one-on-one match at Fastlane, get that done over with. Yeah, you need another face. Keith Lee would be kind of great because like he didn't get the chance against Bobby, right? But really, you could just throw in any face, Jeff Hardy, whatever. I mean, throw in Kofi if you want, anything really, just to help fill that match up.
Leor S., a member of the team, says Ben looking like D-Bry. I still can't hear him, right? Can I still not hear you? Say something to me.
Hello?
Nothing.
I didn't want to interrupt.
I hear him.
Nothing.
You hear him?
Hello? Yeah?
I hear him, yeah.
John? You hear me?
I don't hear him.
Can you, John, be my conduit?
Well, that sucks. Why do I not hear him?
Relay messages.
If you hear him, that's ridiculous. Can the people hear him? God damn it, the people can hear him.
I'm at peace now.
And I can't hear him?
I know you found my body. That must have been difficult for you.
Fix that?
But just know I'm at peace now.
Keep talking.
He's talking. He's talking that you found his body and he's at peace now.
Yeah. I know this must have been difficult for you.
I'm not hearing him. Not hearing him. Not hearing him. Not hearing him. I hear you fine, Johnny. I don't hear him. What is happening tonight? Everybody's hearing him. On the chat, I'm seeing people say, "Oh, we hear him. We hear him."
Sure, you don't have me on.
This is what happens when This is what happens when the Miz becomes WWE champion. The world goes to hell. Our life goes to hell.
John said, "I'm gonna call back in. I'm gonna call back in, John."
Oh, please stand by.
Yeah, please
he
stand
said he's
by.
gonna call back in.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
It's really hard to concentrate on what the hell happened at the Elimination Chamber at this point. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm trying to stay focused on what's going on, but like, everybody could hear him. You could hear him. I couldn't. I was hearing myself, and like, there was an echo. There was all sorts of glitches going on tonight. I'm trying to stay focused here, guys. And we will give you like a good Elimination Chamber show once like I can focus on what the hell's going on.
This is karma, though. This is karma, because that time you flipped off the Miz in Philadelphia, this is coming back now on you.
How was it?
It truly is. Yeah.
Rob Kloos became a member of the universe. Thank you, Rob. My main man, Rob Kloos, became a member. Thank you, Rob. Become a member. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you when you subscribe to the channel. Oh, there's my dad. What's my dad doing there? Oh, there's my brother now.
Guess what?
What's happening here?
Hey,
what
as
is
long
this
as you
show?
can hear him, it's all worth it.
Wait, now I sound funny? Franco316 saying now I sound weird. Can you hear me? No, I can't hear him. I still can't hear him.
You're fine for me.
I can't hear him. I don't hear my brother still. All right, cut him off. Cut him off. Studio John. Give me back the Studio John. Me and Johnny. This is ridiculous. Oh, they didn't hear him. They couldn't hear him. Then when he came back, they couldn't hear him. So I couldn't hear him, and they couldn't hear him. But, John, you could hear him?
I could hear him, but very faintly.
What the hell? What in the hell? Yeah, very short pay-per-view. It went from like 7 p.m. to 9:30. It was done by 9:30, 2.5 hours. Very short pay-per-view. Can we get back to the opening chamber match, though? I thought it was a good match. I don't know why you didn't like it. I was surprised that Daniel Bryan won. The only thing I didn't like about it was that Daniel Bryan won, and then Roman Reigns immediately comes out for the title match. What kind of promotion? What kind of sense does that make for a wrestling promotion? Why would a wrestling promotion ever do that? If they're trying to be fair for their talent. Obviously, Roman Reigns is favored in some way by the WWE, and that's how they explain it away. But god damn, Daniel Bryan's gonna win this grueling chamber match, and his reward is an immediate beat up by Roman Reigns, and you lose in 2 minutes for the Universal title? That's your title match that you earn. Why even enter the Elimination Chamber match if that's your prize? Like, at that point, it doesn't matter who you are. You're for sure losing to Roman Reigns. First of all, it's Roman Reigns. Second of all, you just wrestled a chamber. Third of all, you just wrestled the chamber. Not like earlier tonight, like just. And you're beat up, and then Roman shows up, and of course he's going to beat you. I see my brother back on the screen, but I don't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
I'm still not hearing you.
I can hear you.
I give up. I quit. Show's over. I'm ending the show right now. It's unbelievable. I don't understand. Could the people hear him? When he was talking, could the people hear him? They hear him. Again. They hear him. John hears him. I don't hear him.
Yeah.
How does that make sense? How does that make sense? On me? There's a weird echo on me.
They hear him. John hears him.
Oh my God.
That was the echo.
What the hell? I'm giving up. I can't do it. Is there still weird echo on me? Now I'm fine. Yeah. This is the problem. See, here's my problem. Normally, under normal circumstances, he would just be sitting right here with a microphone with me. And we wouldn't have these technical issues we'd have to work through. But now, because of this stupid government that we live under, we can't go out past 8 p.m., so he's got to go somewhere else. Oh, now they can't hear Johnny? But I hear Johnny. What the hell? How about now? Johnny, you should be back now. Keep talking, Johnny.
I hope people can hear me now.
Yeah, I think Johnny's back now. What a disaster. Usually things aren't this fucked up on the show. I don't know what's going on tonight. It's The Miz. I think Johnny's back now. Johnny's back.
Well, since we're still talking about the first chamber, like, I don't know about you, and I think you'll agree, like, when Baron Corbin came in, that chamber, like, slowed right down. And there was a lot of just slow spots, a lot of just, like, throw the guy into there, put the boot up. To me, like, the chamber, like, really started to die at that point. And, like, it picked up a little bit when Kevin got in, but once Kevin was out, it kind of died out again. Just the way I felt about it.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine. I liked seeing Daniel Bryan there. I liked seeing Daniel Bryan win. I liked the match, but then, it was the Roman Reigns thing at the end that just didn't make sense. What kind of prize is that?
I think another thing, too, though, you forgot to mention is the fact Daniel Bryan was, like, the last guy to enter, so he was there from start to finish. So not only did he, like, have to go, like, all the way through the end of the Elimination Chamber, then have the match right again, like, in my opinion, there's no doubt about it. Like, he's going to get the match with Roman Reigns because Adam Pearce is more than likely going to give him the shot.
At what, Fastlane?
Yeah, I definitely see that going to happen. Like, because they realize, like, that wasn't fair, really.
And then they'll get our hopes up for Edge versus Daniel Bryan possibly at WrestleMania, but, that's not going to happen.
Well, Edge and Roman Reigns is pretty much set in stone, right? They pretty much made that official tonight. So that's good. What's wrong?
I don't know. Now apparently we got more audio problems. There's like static or something. Can you guys not hear us? Yeah, there's some sort of static. Cut his mic.
Wow.
What the hell? What is going on tonight?
This is
I think because there's another there's like a third mic on here. The static should be gone now because I think his mic was on, but his mic is not working. And I don't hear it. The static should be gone now. There you go. My fuck. This is more like a technical difficulty show than it is a fucking Elimination Chamber show at this point. I really I don't know. So Edge hit the spear on Roman after the match, so it's official Edge versus Roman for WrestleMania. That's 100% happening. 100%.
I can hear the static now. I don't know if other people can hear it, but now I can hear it. Oh, wait, now it's gone.
Oh, my God. Stop it. Like, I need to tell the production team we need to abandon the Ben Simon experiment for tonight. It's over. It's not working. Quit. God damn.
So after that Roman Reigns match, I'm pretty sure it was the women's title match, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a Bad Bunny promo. Don't forget about Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny did a little promo with The Miz, with the WWE Champion Miz. The 24/7 champion slapped the taste out of the WWE Champion's mouth tonight. Finally, we are seeing the intersections of the 24/7 title and the WWE Championship. This is what we've all been waiting for. This is what I wanted to see.
You know what's sad is that we're probably going to get that match. I could see it happen on Monday, or maybe even at Fastlane. I would not be surprised if we see The Miz versus Bad Bunny for the WWE Championship, sadly.
At Fastlane? I think they should do it. They should do it.
I think they will do it. I mean, The Miz is a joke, so why not? You know, I mean, it'll get all the publicity, right?
Yeah.
The guy's selling the most merch. Why not give him the title match? I mean, who cares at this point?
I think it makes sense. I think you do Bad Bunny versus The Miz because I guess you're not doing Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison at WrestleMania, right? Like, what's the story there? Wasn't Bad Bunny supposed to team up with Damian Priest to face Miz and Morrison? Now with Miz as WWE Champion, how does that fit in?
Well, I did see that Bow Wow said he's like trained with Rikishi, so maybe they're believing that match is actually going to take place instead. Maybe The Miz will have a representative to wrestle Bad Bunny instead.
What do you mean? Like, what's that match?
Well, I have no idea what kind of match that's going to be, but again, card subject to change, man. I mean, things change. I mean, Bad Bunny can still just appear at WrestleMania. He doesn't have to wrestle, does he?
I don't know. I mean, if he's going to wrestle The Miz at Fastlane, you would think he'd wrestle at Mania, too. I don't know. I don't know what they do with Bad Bunny now, but The Miz being champion changes things up. That's for sure, because Bad Bunny and The Miz, they're not done. Weird. The next match was the Matt Riddle, John Morrison, Bobby Lashley match. John Morrison loses. Riddle gets a pinfall on Morrison. Another new champion there. That's a big title change. Of course, it affected the main event because it freed Bobby Lashley up to now go after the WWE title, losing the U.S. title. Riddle's the new United States champion. I'm all right with that. I like Riddle. He's all right. U.S. championship. Whatever.
Well, you got to wonder, like, if Keith Lee was in the match, was that still going to happen? I got to wonder, too, like, did all this just change in, like, the last kind of 24 hours? This whole idea of put the title on The Miz, and now we're going to throw in Bobby Lashley into this mixture with Drew McIntyre. Like, are they really changing the deck here? Like, it really feels like a lot of pieces got switched around. Matt Riddle got the U.S. title. You know, he was kind of fortunate right there. But do they really have a long-term plan for this? I feel like that kind of just came out of nowhere.
I feel like once Keith Lee was out, they put the title on Riddle to kind of give you something for the match. You know, Keith Lee was supposed to be in this match. It was supposed to be kind of a bigger match, and John Morrison got thrown in there because Keith Lee couldn't make it to the pay-per-view for whatever reason. John Morrison won a fatal four-way in the kickoff show, beating Elias, Mustafa Ali, and Ricochet to get the title match. I think Riddle, you know, it's a combination of things. Keith Lee wasn't there. You want to make the match more interesting. You put the title on Riddle, do a little title change. Bobby Lashley, He's getting involved in the main event in some kind of way. I'm still not sure. Like, what do you do with Bobby Lashley? Is he friends with Miz? Why did Lashley do that? So that he could have an easier time becoming WWE champion by beating Miz instead of Drew? Was that Lashley's motivation for helping Miz? What was the reason for the Bobby Lashley attack on Drew?
Well, probably the Miz and MVP talked about it, where Bobby helps him out, and he'll give him a title shot in the future, kind of thing. There's probably something like that they're probably going to say on Raw tomorrow, something like that. But nothing's guaranteed, right? Because they can say what they want, but Adam Pearce is the guy that pretty much puts everything together. So wait and see. I think Bobby Lashley is going to be involved in the WWE title match. It seems. Just how exactly the match is going to shape up, I mean, it seems to be up in the air still. But that's interesting, though. I mean, when you look at it, we weren't really looking forward to Drew versus Sheamus, and now that's pretty much not going to happen now, WrestleMania, or at least not for the WWE title. So at least now you have a WWE title match where it's like, well, at least it's going to be something different. That's what you wanted, was it not?
Well, I mean, within reason, John. It's not like I wanted just anything for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Is that worse than Miz versus Bobby versus Drew in some sort of triple threat? Like, I really don't know. Unless Kofi's involved. Maybe you get Kofi involved in the main event of WrestleMania. Kofi had a really good showing in the Elimination Chamber match tonight. I thought that was match of the night.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought that Chamber match was very good. Like it didn't feel like it slowed down too much, and if it did, like I found the only kind of slowdown was AJ versus Kofi, but that was like a good slowdown. So that was pretty good. I really enjoyed that, and I if they ended with that for the pay-per-view, you would have actually felt pretty good. It's actually the Miz thing that kind of felt like a buzzkill a bit.
If they ended with Drew winning the title or retaining the title to end the pay-per-view, you would have preferred that?
I would have been fine with that.
I don't know, man. I don't think I would have loved that either. At least with the Miz winning the championship, it's like, oh, okay. It's kind of a shocker, but it's not something that you really believe in because you don't really think it's going to lead to much. That's the problem with it. Like, Miz being champion, whatever. Is he the best wrestler in WWE? Definitely not. But what does this really mean? Like, what does this set up? Does it set up a big match? Does it do anything for your interest on the next pay-per-view? Unless it is Miz versus Bad Bunny. Like, that's kind of the only match I'm interested in. Miz versus Bad Bunny. I guess if they did Miz versus Drew, you'd be like, oh, well, maybe Drew's going to take the title back. But even then what? Drew's the champion? I don't know. I really and it's hard to get up for a Miz WWE Championship main event match. It's hard to get excited about that type of match for a WWE pay-per-view because it's not going to deliver anything spectacular. You know what you get from The Miz, you know? That's the problem.
I find it kind of funny how, like, you buried The Miz saying he had, like, the worst match on Raw this past week, and then they put the WWE title on him. So it really goes to show you, like, it doesn't matter if you think his wrestling's bad. They still put the #1 title, like, in all of wrestling history on him. So just goes to show you, man, your wrestling can still be crappy, and they still think you're the guy.
His wrestling is really subpar. You know? It's really not good. And now he's a WWE champion.
That Kofi match.
Well, that's it. The Kofi match was awful. Every match Miz has is awful. There's so many better options in the WWE than The Miz, but for some reason, he's the WWE champion right now. You know? There's so many better options. For some reason, they go with The Miz. Time and time again, they go with The Miz for these big spots. I would have preferred Otis as WWE champion. Otis won the Money in the Bank. How come he couldn't have held it until this point and cashed in? Like, there are people in WWE, there's so many guys in WWE that you rather see over The Miz, you know? There's so many better options. I see Angelo on the chat, way better options. There are way better options than The Miz. You have Otis. You have Bad Bunny. You have John Morrison. You have Daniel Bryan. You have AJ Styles. You have pretty much anybody. Pretty much anybody. The Drew McIntyre thing for me was getting stale. I know a lot of people like Drew McIntyre. I thought his title run was getting a little old, little kind of running out of opponents. Okay, you had Sheamus, but I didn't really think that they tore the house down wrestling each other for the bit that they had in the chamber tonight. I thought Kofi was really the show stealer in the chamber. AJ Styles was good in that Raw chamber. I thought the Raw chamber was probably match of the night. The opening chamber was good too. I thought both chambers were good. The rest of the pay-per-view was kind of not great. You know, the Riddle, I mean, there wasn't much of a rest of a pay-per-view, right? There was the Riddle U.S. title win, and then there was Nia and Shayna beating Sasha and Bianca after Nia hit a Samoan drop on Sasha. Sasha was distracted by Reginald the Sommelier, who tried to give Sasha a bottle of wine to use as a weapon. She didn't want to use the bottle. The referee got in her face. She got distracted, got hit with a Samoan drop, and loses the match for her team. Didn't really expect Sasha and Bianca to win. Didn't think much of the match. It wasn't great. And the finish was also not great. So when you say match of the night, it has to be one of the chambers, really. And I'd say it was the Raw chamber, I guess. They were pretty much even for me. I don't know. I'd give it to the Raw slight edge. What was the match of the night for everybody here in the chat? Johnny, what was your match of the night? Raw chamber?
Yeah, it was the Raw chamber, but I thought the triple threat match was pretty good for the U.S. title. I liked Lashley going in there, throwing everyone around. Then they had to gang up on him. Then you saw a little bit of Riddle and Morrison, and they have good chemistry. I thought that match flowed pretty well, and I liked the surprise finish too. I was actually into that quite a bit. The tag match was horrible, like really bad, like sloppy wrestling from like start to finish. Like if they rehearse these kind of matches, like that's pitiful. Like how can you like practice stuff and still be that bad?
I don't know. It was pretty awful. It wasn't a good match. Why was it, though? What happened? Sasha's good?
Well, they had some really stupid spots. I don't even remember the beginning spot where, like, I think Sasha was being pushed up into, like, girl press, and Bianca's just standing there, like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And she waits till Nia throws her on her, and then, like, she flings her back on her, like, horrible. Like if you're in an actual fight, that would never happen kind of thing. Like just stupid stuff that you saw in that match.
Yeah.
And a lot of moves were just horribly executed.
Yeah, it seemed just like everything was off. It was a weird one. I didn't like it. And Asuka never got an opponent. Lacey Evans was supposed to wrestle Asuka for the Raw Women's title. She's pregnant, and they just never... Mm-hmm. They never gave a match to Asuka, right?
I think that they mentioned it on the kickoff. Did they mention on the pay-per-view that, yeah, like, this was supposed to happen, but, you know, Lacey's pregnant. So
right.
That's that.
That's that. I guess they don't have a plan for what to do with Asuka or Charlotte going forward because they didn't put anything into motion tonight. I don't know what the plan is. I guess we'll have to find out on Raw tomorrow night. Super weird. And now Miz is the WWE champion, man. What? What are you disappointed about? No Asuka or Miz as champion? I mean, there's a lot to be disappointed about.
There's a lot to be disappointed about, I guess. Yeah, sure. But the Miz thing isn't that bad because they needed a surprise, and that's fine. But with Asuka, like, they had a chance here for Rhea Ripley to bring her back in. She could have been like Flair's new girl kind of thing. And they kind of didn't do anything. And now it feels like they aren't going to do anything with her, probably not until after WrestleMania, which is a huge missed opportunity because, like, she had such a great performance at the Rumble. You think you capitalize on that, and it looks like they're not going to do anything whatsoever. More than likely, it looks like we're getting Asuka versus Charlotte again, which is fine, but there's no heat in that match.
Yep. I don't know if they do Asuka versus Charlotte again, though, because exactly what you said, there's no heat. I don't know what they do with Asuka right now. It'd be great if they could get Ronda back, because Ronda Asuka would be amazing. But I don't know. I really don't know. The Lacey Evans, Charlotte Flair thing seems like it had legs. You know, it was going to go somewhere, and it didn't. Mm-hmm. It didn't, obviously. And now it can't. Whew. I don't know, man.
Well, again, they still have pay-per-view to figure this out, so it's not like end of the world, like you're only a couple weeks to WrestleMania. They still have 40-some-odd dald right? So there's still time, but they really got to start working on this. You think they would have started working on this like before, but oh well.
What is your WrestleMania card right now? Edge versus Roman for the Universal title, right? Yeah, it's a total mess. Edge versus Roman, like there's a pay-per-view between us and WrestleMania right now. It's Fastlane.
A month away.
And we have Edge versus Roman for the Universal title. We have Sasha versus Bianca for the SmackDown title. Although Bianca hasn't made it official yet. Like, she teamed with Sasha tonight. Come on. Let's be real here. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Maybe they realize because they're not sure about Raw. So it's like, you know what? We're just going to keep that open because maybe we'll have to do that.
Bianca, Asuka?
Just to switch it up.
It's not a bad idea. It'd be a fun match. It would be unexpected. Be a great way to get Bianca over real strong by beating Asuka at Mania. And then you can still go with the Bayley Sasha thing as a backup for the SmackDown title.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, sure.
It's not a bad idea. That's why they won't do it, right? I don't know.
I feel because Sasha lost tonight, I feel like she has a good chance of winning now at WrestleMania because they usually love doing that 50-50 stuff, right? It's like, well, you lose here, but then you'll win at the next one kind of thing, you know?
What about Carmella? It's her sommelier getting involved in everything. She's not involved in anything.
Well, I think that's the match for Fastlane. More than likely, Carmella will get one last chance, I think, at Sasha, and that will be the end of that, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, Edge Roman for the title. Right. I thought we had a Bad Bunny tag team match, but that seems like it's up in the air right now. I don't know what Bad Bunny's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Miz possibly defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre and some other people. Maybe a Bobby and a Kofi. Bobby and a Keith Lee. Maybe Keith Lee.
Well, let's see what happens with Keith Lee because, like, we don't know why Keith Lee is out. They say injury, so wait and see.
If Bianca wrestles Asuka and Sasha wrestles, Bayley or something, what does Charlotte do? You need like a big match for Charlotte at Mania, don't you?
Yeah, more than likely Bianca's going to wrestle Sasha. I mean,
yeah,
unless they can't figure anything out for Raw, I don't see them changing it. So more than likely, yeah, it's going to be Asuka Charlotte in some sort of match.
Yeah. Oof. I guess there's no way we get Daniel Bryan and Miz at Mania, right? That's just not in the plans.
Well, you'll get Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins. I feel like that's almost like a lock at this point.
Is it? What about Seth Rollins and Cesaro?
I feel like that's something that maybe Fastlane, maybe like a big SmackDown or something, but I don't see that at WrestleMania.
Crazy. I can't believe they actually did it. Miz is a WWE champion once again, cashing in the Money in the Bank after Bobby Lashley beats up Drew McIntyre after Drew retains the WWE title in the Elimination Chamber. Maybe Edge versus Miz at Mania? Maybe Edge just goes, hey, wait a second. I was going to challenge Roman Reigns, but this seems way easier. I'm going to go for that guy. No?
It makes sense, right? Yeah, he should. I mean, it is an easier match.
Yeah.
It does make a lot of sense, but they built up that Roman thing. He did the point, so it's pretty much like sign, seal, deliver when you do the point. So
point with pyro, John, not just the point. There was pyro, too. When you do a point and then pyro happens, like they were waiting for you to point after your surprise attack on Roman Reigns. It's official. It's a WrestleMania match. But, like, you would think it would be a logical choice to just say, screw it. I'm going to go after The Miz because he's easier to beat up.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's night one. And night two is, like, really the last night. That's the big main event. And let's face it, Roman Reigns, Edge, that's night two. Miz is night one. I don't even know if Miz is main event night one even.
Derek John on the chat says Bad Bunny will cost Miz the title and then the tag match will be back on. I could see that. I could definitely see Miz not being champion going into Mania. Just do Drew Bobby one-on-one for the title. Have Bobby or Drew walk into Mania as champion. And Miz still do the tag team match. Like, that's still very possible, right?
Yeah, a lot is possible, but it's like you're going to really switch the WWE title that many times before WrestleMania? Seems like a lot.
Why not? Who cares?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could do it. It's not impossible, but it just really, to me, it seems like it kind of cheapens the championship if you keep flip-flopping it like every pay-per-view.
They have 2 championships. It's the B title.
Well, they have like 14 championships when you think about it. There's way too many championships.
And it's the B title. It's the Raw title. It's not Roman's title. I mean, it used to be the Raw title was the main title, but now, Roman is kind of the main guy. They showed that at Survivor Series when they had the one-on-one and Roman won.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I mean, you got to wonder now, too, like, as Drew McIntyre, like, is his title run, is that it? Because it could be done. Like, maybe he gets the matches, but that might be it for him as WWE champion.
I don't know. I think they still figure him into the plans for WrestleMania and the WWE title match. Like, I think Drew Bobby makes a lot of sense as a one-on-one match. I think Drew Bobby Brock makes a lot of sense for a triple threat match. Imagine you put The Miz in that as some sort of, nightmare scenario for The Miz. Imagine that. He has to wrestle Bobby, Brock, and Drew at WrestleMania. It'd be terrible for him. He doesn't want any part of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that because I'm sure WWE would love to write a story that he somehow miraculously wins that match. So I actually wouldn't want that whatsoever.
Ugh. No, there's no way he wins that match. Brock would win that match. Oh, crazy, man. I cannot believe that the WWE did this tonight. The Miz, WWE champion. What are you giving this pay-per-view on 10? Let me see it before we wrap up the show here. Let me see your grade on 10 on this pay-per-view, this 4-match extravaganza. Shout out to our members. Let's see the grade on 10. Johnny North, I want your grade on 10 for this pay-per-view. I'm seeing Rob Cluse in the chat. Angelo Contagonis. Derek John, a member, he gives it a 5 on 10. Bob Cote gives it a 5. Douglas Hepburn, shout out to Doug. Shout out to all the members supporting the team, helping us through these technical difficulties. Because of you guys, we will have fewer technical difficulties in the future because we will have more money to pay for things to make them work better. Angelo Contagonis, shout out to you, Angelo. Douglas Hepburn, I mentioned you, my man. Shout out to everybody watching. Of course, my buddy Rob Cluse, who became a member tonight. I encourage you all to become members of the team. Craig Paquette, a member, he gives it a 4. Rob Cluse giving it a 3. Doug Hepburn says his son Nick gives it a 2 out of 10. Shout out to Nick. Angelo says he's giving it a 5 based on our review. Seeing Paul M gives it a 5. Lauren a 5. Rob Cluse says he only saw the first Chambers, which wasn't bad, but hearing Miz winning anything drags it down, so 1 on 10. And he's changing his vote from a 3 to a 1 because of Miz. Johnny, so Rob didn't actually watch the pay-per-view and he's giving it a 1? Okay. Mako gives it a 4. Johnny, what's your grade on 10 for this bad boy?
I feel like a 5 is fair. Like, not the best, obviously. I mean, 4 matches. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Chamber. The second Chamber was all right. Not big on the Miz winning, but I get the surprise. I understand it. Triple threat match was fine. Tag match was terrible. I like the pay-per-view ending early. That's fantastic. Yeah, 5 is fair, I think. And Manscaped, too, by the way. Always get Manscaped.
That's
promo
right.
code Ringside20.
That's right. Use that promo code. Always use that promo code Ringside20 so you get the best deals on all your Manscaped needs. I'd say 5 on 10. I'd agree with that. Not a great pay-per-view. Definitely a shocking moment at the end. A shocking moment. The Miz.
Not a great moment, but a shocking moment, sure.
The Miz is back as your WWE champion. And I got a good tweet here. This is a good tweet sent to me. Yeah, find everything at ringsidereport.net. What?
I can't see it. We only see find everything.
Yeah, hold on. I haven't shown the tweet yet. Hold on. I'm getting technical difficulties on this, too. Technical difficulties on everything tonight, Johnny. What is happening? What is happening?
You can just read it.
Hold on. No. It's a picture. No, it's not working.
Oh, someone followed you. That's cool.
What? It didn't work. It was supposed to be showing you the picture of me flipping off the Miz at that pay-per-view where WWE showed it, and then they had to delete it out. Somebody tweeted that picture to me tonight, and I tried to show it, but I don't know. We're having technical difficulties all kinds tonight. All kinds of difficulties. All right.
Yeah, the world's gone to hell.
Yeah,
more so than ever before.
Yeah, we were supposed to have my brother on this show, and it never worked out. It never worked out. Oh well, next time. That's it. I'll be back here tomorrow night to recap Raw. Okay, John, you gonna be here with me? Nah.
I will not. Never for Raw.
But I'll be here with Johnny. Johnny and I will be back on Wednesday night to recap Dynamite. Right?
Dynamite is possible, yeah. It doesn't end after 11, so it works, yeah.
That's right. Johnny will be with me here Wednesday night to recap Dynamite. I will be back here tomorrow night to recap Monday Night Raw. My goodness. I guess we're in for an interesting Raw tomorrow night with The Miz as your new WWE champion. I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you and good night.
Please join in and give your support to Ringside Report Network. We've been providing expert coverage and commentary on both pro wrestling and MMA for over 15 years. Ringside Report started on the radio, added podcasts, and moved to video in 2019. Our hosts are not just fans, but have in-depth knowledge of the subjects. Become a member of our YouTube channel now and become a recurring supporter of our work as we strive to continue to entertain you in these strange times. Pro wrestler Johnny Genesis North joins lifelong wrestling fan and aficionado Dave Simon to host our pro wrestling programming with in-depth coverage of the WWE, AEW, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Our flagship show, Wrestling Uncensored, is live every Friday right after WWE SmackDown. Here, you get a review of the week that was. You may not agree with our host. In fact, they often don't agree with each other. But you have an opportunity to chime in with your viewpoint in the chat rooms while live or in the comments section of YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook on the replay. Dave and Johnny also headline our coverage of major pro wrestling pay-per-views and breaking news. Dave Simon is joined by experienced jiu-jitsu fighters Fred Garcia and the ever-unpredictable AJ DeLesio, each Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern with Ringside Report MMA. They try and foresee what's next in the octagon and review, argue, and kibitz in a very friendly, irreverent manner. The three guys also team up to accompany you on all the major UFC pay-per-views with entertaining watch-alongs. Go to ringsidereport.net/support to find out more ways to support the channel.